handsome guy. You should get on a dating app.
And kol hakavod to our wonderful students.
And kol hakavod to Randy for all the help she
Amen. Fun watching you together, Carol. Yeah, of course.
So we are ready to begin. Thank you, everyone. Shalom uvruchim habaim. Dear Bnot Mitzvah, family members and friends, I am Judith Shamir, the chair of programming on the National Board of Na'amat USA. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I am delighted to welcome you to this first of its kind event, the Bnot Mitzvah celebration of our Na'amat friends. One of Na'amat's core missions is the empowerment of women. If I can ask you please to mute your microphone, I'm hearing some noise. Thank you. So, as I said, one of Na'amat's core missions is the empowerment of women in Israel and here. The Bnot Mitzvah program that started about a year ago is one example of addressing this goal. The Bnot Mitzvah program helped fulfill the dreams of those of us who did not have the experience, could not have the experience of becoming Bat Mitzvah as we were growing up. Our Chaverot and the team of volunteer teachers from across the country met weekly to learn to read Hebrew, to chant prayers, explore Jewish concepts and values, thus allowing our celebrants to take their place in their respective synagogues with confidence and poise. It is fitting that our ceremony takes place on the 7th day of Hanukkah, the festival of dedication. In Hebrew, the word Hanukkah, dedication, and the Hebrew word chinuch, education, as you can hear by the sound, stem from the same three Hebrew root letters. And indeed, it takes perseverance and dedication to further one's knowledge, to further one's Jewish learning. In today's celebration, the Bnot Mitzvah will take part in leading prayers, chanting special verses for Rosh Chodesh, the new month, and share their personal journeys that motivated them to become a Bat Mitzvah. We will learn more about Hanukkah and the new month of Tevet, and of course, light the seventh candle of the menorah. Regrettably, we could not share the latkes and surganiyot, but keep them in mind. Dear Debbie, Diane, Helen, Jackie, Sherry, Sheridan, and Susan, your dedication to Jewish learning is to be applauded. Mazal tov to all of you. May you continue to go mechayil el chayil, from strength to strength. A special word of thanks goes to our expert team of teachers, Tzipi Barron, Judy Friedman, Dana Levine, Randy Sable, Linda Schomburg, and Gail Simpson. Kudos to all of you. Yishar koach. My heartfelt toda rabah to the Bnot Mitzvah Planning Committee and to Selma Hoffman and Diana Migdal, who helped make this program truly a labor of love. Dear family and friends, please use the chat function to congratulate and schmooze writing with the Bnot Mitzvah. Please be sure to mute your microphones and remain muted throughout the program unless otherwise instructed. And now, let us enter the gates of our virtual synagogue to begin the prayer service with Sheridan Abrajano reading the prayer of thanks to God, Moda Ani.
מודה אני לפניך, מלך חי וקיים, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך. I offer thanks to you, living and eternal King, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Your faithfulness is great.
Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Israel. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Israel. How good are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel.
Thank you, God, for making me a woman. Blessed be God who made me a woman, who made me Eve, the mother of all the living, and who made me Sarah, the ruler of her home, and who made me Rebekah, the educator, and who made me Rachel, the beloved one, and who made me Leah, the fruitful one. Blessed be God who made me a woman, and who made me Golda Meir, the brilliant leader. At least once a day I look in the mirror, and in the mirror that is in the street, and I see that it is good. And recite the blessing without shame. Blessed be God who made me a woman.
The core of our prayers is part of the Shema prayer. Please listen now as Jackie Swartz and Helen Horowitz lead us in the Shema and the Ahavta.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ha'avta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha uv'kol nafshaka uv'kol mi'odecha v'ha'yu hadvarim ha'ale asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alaveka.
ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, ובטחתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Hi, my name is Susan Isaacs, and I'm a member of the Eilat chapter of Naamat USA in the greater Los Angeles region. I chose to become Bat Mitzvah with Naamat because I grew up as an Orthodox Jew and I never had an opportunity to be Bat Mitzvahed. What I'd like to talk about today is charity. Going to school in New York at a yeshiva, our first grade teacher encouraged us to bring coins to school every day to put in the pushka, in the tzedakah box. As a reward, we would get a tov ticket, a good ticket. And the student that got the most tickets at the end of the week would get a prize. Well, I was determined to get that prize. So every morning I would sneak into my mother's wallet and take some change to take to school to put in the tzedakah box. And sure enough, at the end of the week, I had the most tov tickets and I earned the big prize. Well, you know, when we're kids, we do the right thing sometimes for the wrong reasons, which is what I was doing. But as an adult, we do learn the true meaning of tzedakah, charity. In fact, the highest form of charity you do is giving it anonymously, so that the recipient does not know who the tzedakah came from. Well, with Na'amat, we have an opportunity to give tzedakah, to do good deeds, and no one knows who and where the tzedakah came from. We do this to help the women and children in Israel. And I'm proud to say that through Na'amat, I'm able to fulfill the meaning of tzedakah every day, every time.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, va'al kol Yisrael ve'imru.
Avinu Sheba Shamayim, Rock and Redeemer of the people of Israel. Bless the state of Israel with its promise of redemption. Shield it with your love. Spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors with your light and your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Deliver them. Crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen.
תפילה לשלום המדינה. אבינו שבשמיים, צור ישראל וגואלו, ברך את מדינת ישראל, ראשית צמיחת גאולתנו. הגן עליה בעברת חסדך, ופרוס עליה סוכת שלומך. ושלח אורך ועמיתך לראשיה, שריה ויועציה. ותקנם בעצה טובה מלפניך. חזק את ידי מגיני ארץ קודשנו, ואנחילם אלוהינו ישועה, ועטרת ניצחון תעטרם. ונתת שלום בארץ, ושמחת עולם ליושביה.
Shalom and mazel tov to our bat mitzvah students and guests. When we decided to plan this bat mitzvah service, we loved the connection that Rosh Chodesh, the head or start of a new Jewish month, has for Jewish women. It has been noted that the Israelite women in the book of Exodus did not offer their jewelry to make the golden calf. Instead, they held on to their tenacious beliefs. As a result, rabbis through the millennia designated Rosh Chodesh as a day women could abstain from work. Can't argue with that. Today, in certain Jewish communities, women still refrain from certain forms of work. Other groups of Jewish women and teens gather in Rosh Chodesh groups to recite liturgy, study, discuss ethical issues and health concerns, engage together in the arts, yoga, share a meal, and or embark on social change projects. Some women's groups have even adopted the image of a well as a nod to both Miriam and the role that the well played for 1,000 years, a place to obtain sustenance and to receive news from the community. Today, the notion of Miriam's well symbolizes both physical health and Jewish spirituality. Be it through an old tradition or a more modern interpretation, a new moon is seen as a symbol of renewal. Thus, the comparison is drawn between the female menstrual cycle and the cycles of the moon. A new moon is barely perceptible at night. It quickly waxes into a full moon by mid-month and begins to wane by the month's end. Though Rosh Chodesh is considered a minor holiday on the Jewish calendar, a selection from the Torah is read and certain prayers are added to Shachrit or daily morning services. Today, we happily usher in a new moon and the new month of Tevet.
And now we are ready to begin the Torah service, the central aspect of Jewish prayer services. A selection of the Torah verses is read on Monday, Thursday, Shabbat, and on holidays. Today, the participants will chant the verses for Rosh Chodesh Tevet, taken from the book of Bamidbar, chapter 28 and chapter 7.
Baruch Adonai Barak, Baruch Adonai Barak le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karban u'mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, צב את בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם את קורבני לחמי לישי, ריח ניחוחי תשמרו, להקריב לי במועדו.
ואמרת להם, זה האישה אשר תקרבו לאדוני כבשים בני שנה תמימים, שניים ליום עולה תמיד.
את הכבש אחד תעשה בבוקר, ואת הכבש השני תעשה בין הערביים, ועשירי האיפה סולת למנחה בלולה, בשמן כתית רביעית ההין.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Baruch et Adonai hamborach. Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
עולה תמיד העשויה בחר סינוי, לבאך נכוח אישה לאדוני.
אמן. ונזכור רביעית ההין לכבש האחד בקודש, הסך נסך שחר לאדוני, ואת הכבש השני תעשה בין הערביים כמנחת הבוקר, וכנזכו תעשה אישה ריח ניחוח לאדוני.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Baruch et Adonai Amvarach, Baruch Adonai Amvarach leolam va'ed, Baruch Adonai Amvarach leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. ובראשי חדשכם תקריבו עלה לאדוני, פערים בני בקר שניים ועיל אחד, כבשים בני שנה, 7 תמימים ו13 עשרונים, סולת מנחה בלולב השמן לפר האחד ושני עשרונים. סולת מנחה בלולב השמן לעיל האחד.
יסרון יסרון, סולת מנחה בלולב השמן לכבש אחד, עולה ריח ניחוח אישל אדוני, ונזקיהם חצי ההין יהיה לפר ושלישית ההין ליל ורביעית ההין לכבש יין, זאת עולה חודש בחדשו לחודשי השנה.
ושעיר עזים אחד להטת לאדוני העולת התמיד יעשה ונזכור.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. ביום השביעי נשיא לבני אפרים אלישמע בן עמיהוד קורבנו קערת כסף אחת 30 ומאה משקלה מזרק אחד כסף 70 שקל בשקל הקודש שניהם מלאים סולת בלולה ושמן למנחה כף אחת 10 זהב מלאה קטורת פר אחד בן בקר עיל אחד כבש אחד בן שנתו לעולה שעיר עזים אחד לחטאת ולזבח השלמים בקר 2 אלים 5 עתודים 5 כבשים בני שנה 5 זה קורבן אלישמע בן עמיהוד.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
From the first time I attended a bar mitzvah, I always wanted to do my own bar mitzvah. Unfortunately, family circumstances at the time made that impossible. Then throughout the years, I just kept putting it off. Maybe next year, I kept telling myself, but next year never came. I thought about it again when my youngest granddaughter came of age, but she was very shy and some of her friends were moving away, so she put her bar mitzvah on hold too. Then just a couple of years later, the opportunity to participate in Na'amat came to our attention. Since it was the middle of the COVID shutdown and life had slowed down a bit, it seemed like the perfect time to go forward with my lifelong desire. So I talked it over with my granddaughter and asked if she would like to take the journey with me. And in the spirit of Lador Vador, we both moved forward together, culminating in our joined bar mitzvah today.
I wanted to do my bat mitzvah when I was old enough, but I was really shy and a lot was going on at the temple. Our rabbi was leaving and some of my friends moved away, and I did not want to do it alone. Then my grandmother found the Na'amat program and asked if we could do our bat mitzvah together. Even though I had put my bat mitzvah on hold, I did start my mitzvah project. Because of my love of animals, specifically dogs and horses, and my respect for our military, my mitzvah project for the last 3.5 years has been a nonprofit I started called Kids and Pets for Vets. We offer our services to veterans and the families of veterans as well. The mission of Kids and Pets for Vets is to help veterans that are dealing with PTSD, post-concussion syndrome, mild traumatic brain injuries, and those with physical stability issues find the right dog to meet their special needs. We help them find a suitable dog, help arrange for basic obedience and AKC certifications, and specific needs training for both the dog and veteran. All this is done under the guidance of our certified trainers. There is no cost to qualified veterans for our services, so that we can help restore their independence. Our motto is helping our veterans and their families create new beginnings, one dog at a time. Helping people has always brought me joy. Tikkun Olam is my favorite mitzvah because with my nonprofit, I can help make the lives of our veterans, their families, and the world a better place for today's generation and new generations to come.
Mi sheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu, mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
The phrase Tikkun Olam remains connected with human responsibility for fixing what is wrong with the world. It has come to connote social action and the pursuit of social justice. The phrase has origins in classical rabbinic literature and the Lurianic Kabbalah. Tikkun Olam refers to acts of repair by human beings to the humans on this planet and to the planet itself. Social responsibility, not the larger realm of sacred acts, and on fixing, not undoing the world as we know it. The phrase Tikkun Olam was first used to refer to social action work in the 1950s. In subsequent decades, many other organizations and thinkers have used the term to refer to social action programs like tzedakah, or charitable giving, and Gemalut Hasadim, acts of kindness, and progressive Jewish approaches to different and varied social issues. Contemporary usage of the phrase shares with the rabbinic concept of mipnai tikkun ha'olam, a concern with public policy and societal change, and with the Kabbalistic notion of tikkun, the idea that the world can be fixed only by human activity. However, today has taken on new meaning. My chapter for Na'amat is called Chesed, which means kindness. This is a Jewish concept defined by acts of kindness performed to perfect or repair the world. It is often used when discussing issues of social policy, ensuring a safeguard to those who may be at a disadvantage, like those high school students in Kanot and Ayonot, our residential boarding schools where lives are turned around one child at a time daily. In modern Jewish circles, Tikkun Olam has become synonymous with the notion of social actions, like organizing a strike for daycare workers to make sure they make enough money to live and know they are valued. And the pursuit of social justice, which Naamat's legal department contends with on a daily basis. These are only some of the many myriad reasons that I am passionate about Naamat. Tikkun Olam, once associated with a mystical belief, is most often used to refer to a specific category of mitzvot involving work for the improvement of society. At Naamat, we work to improve the lives of women, children, and families in Israel. I am proud to be part of this organization that embraces Tikkun Olam.
Initially, my goal to learn Hebrew was to surprise my family. I always imagined the looks on their faces as I read the prayers and blessings for Shabbat and other holidays in Hebrew. I have dreamed of becoming a bat mitzvah for so long, but always thought it would not happen until I retired. But to my astonishment and joy, Naamat offered us this amazing opportunity to become a Binot mitzvah. Being involved in Naamat has changed my life countless ways. One such way was Naamat sent me to Israel. I saw firsthand the organization's amazing work at the Naamat Centers for Children and Women in Need. That trip to Israel inspired me greatly, and I became even more involved in the Elat chapter, where I have made wonderful and caring friends. My Torah portion addresses Tikkun Olam, which means repairing the world. My Torah portion taught me that as Jews, we are responsible for taking action that result in positive changes to our community. I see this as the Torah asking, what can we do to make the world a better place? My contribution to the world and making it a better place has been to dedicate my life to teaching and designing programs that create equitable opportunities for underrepresented minority students. I take great pride in knowing I have empowered my students to be successful in their respective fields. More importantly, I'm honored with the opportunity to watch them become caring and active members in our community. I first want to thank my husband, granddaughter, son, daughter, son-in-law, and future daughter-in-law for bringing joy to my life each and every day. I would like to thank Donna Levin for putting up with my terrible voice when she sings like an angel. I especially want to thank Sippy Barron for her dedication and patience with teaching me Hebrew. It has become a blessing to know her more closely over the past few months. She is truly an amazing person and friend.
Please unmute yourselves and join us in reciting the blessing of Shehecheyanu that you have on the screen. This blessing is commonly recited when reaching a milestone event or when celebrating special occasions. And today surely qualifies. So please, let's begin. Please unmute yourself. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nitanu b'not zman hazeh. Please mute your microphone.
A blessing for our Benot Mitzvah and their families. May you see the world each day with fresh eyes.
It's just making me nauseous.
May you always know day from night, true from false, wisdom from convenience. May your every step be on firm earth. May you see through illusion to reality. May you bring splendor and joy to all you touch. May you always know what it is to live in freedom. May you draw strength from your community. On life's path, may you never know the weariness of body, mind, or spirit. Amen.
Hi.
Before Gail begins, I just want to let you know it is not an accident that this Benot Mitzvah ceremony is happening on Hanukkah. Gail is going to talk about that, but I just want to mention that Hanukkah is a holiday that people fought in order to continue the traditions of Judaism and keep our people alive. As Gail speaks about it, you can also realize that you, each one of you, by being with us and participating, are helping to keep that spirit alive. And that's just what Na'amat does around Israel all the time. Please listen to Gail's important words about Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah to all of you. I think it is very appropriate that you chose to do your Benot Mitzvah today during Hanukkah. Hanukkah celebrates the victory of the Maccabees and the rededication of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. The word Hanukkah means dedicate, and today you are dedicating yourselves to your Jewish religion. Mazel tov to all the Benot Mitzvah. Kol hakavod for a job well done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hahem b'azman hazeh.
הנרות הללו שאנו מדליקים על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל הנפלאות ועל הנחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה על ידי כהניך הקדושים וכל 8 ימי החנוכה. הנרות הללו קודש הם ואין לנו רשות להשתמש בהם אלא לראותם בלבד, כדי להודות לשמך על ניסיך, על נפלאותיך ועל ישועותיך.
I am so grateful to Na'amat for making the experience of becoming a bat mitzvah possible. As a first-generation American, this is something I've wanted for many years. I asked my yeshiva booker grandson, Itai, to help me select a mitzvah to perform on a daily basis. He selected something from Pirkei Avot, Sever Panim Yafot 1, verse 15, regarding greeting people with a positive smile. With Itai Schwartz's guidance, I have seen this mitzvah increase the value of my life every day. I consider this bat mitzvah the beginning of a new life for me.
When I immigrated to the United States from communist Romania in 1965, I knew I was Jewish and not much more. So what does it mean to be Jewish? Over the years, I did learn many things about Jewish values and about being Jewish. Kibud Av Va'am, honoring parents is one, and I include here my grandparents. My parents and grandparents before communism did live a full Jewish life, which as I was growing up was denied to me. I'm happy that I was able to honor my parents and grandparents through another Jewish value, tzedakah. I had the opportunity to raise money to help resurrect a small but beautiful synagogue of my hometown, which had not been functioning for many years under communism. It now has a small but active community again. My parents and grandparents would be happy to know. They would also be very happy to know that I continue my own learning.
Please join Susan Isaacs in one of our concluding prayers, Aleinu. If you'd like, you may rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגר עלינו ככל המנה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים, ועומדים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נותן שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בבני מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ויודעת היום, והשובח אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים מעל ועל הארץ, מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May Adonai bless you and guard over you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May Adonai show you favor and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May Adonai show you kindness and grant you peace. We're going to now sing Adon Olam. We will be led by Donna Levin. If you'd like, please unmute yourself to join in. After that, we have some other very special things coming up. We're ready for Adon Olam. Take it away, my friend Donna Levin.
So we're going to do to the tune of Ma'oz Sur, once through, no repeats. Are you ready? And
yes.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Ketef Yivra Ve'et Asa V'Chesed Azai Ma'lemon Nitra Ve'avarek B'Shlomo Levon Nora Vehu Haya Vehu Vehu Yevetifara Vehu Echad Ve'in Sheni Lehamshir Lo Leachbira Bili Reshit Bili Tachlit Belo Oz Misra Vehu Eli Vechayoli Bitzur Ve'ezara Vehu Nisi Manosni Minat Kosi Beyom Ekra Yado Afkibuchi Ve'etishan Ve'atira Ve'im Riviati Adonai Li Elohira Ve'yado Afkibuchi
ואישה ועירה, ואמרי הביאתי אדוני ולא יירא.
It's very appropriate to think about Israel, just as we said at the beginning as we came on. If you close your eyes, you can imagine a ceremony like this also taking place at the Beit HaMikdash Kotel, which is standing in Yerushalayim today. At this time, please enjoy a wonderful singing of Hatikva to the state of Israel, the hope for peace, the hope for equality, the hope for strength, and the hope that we as an organization, Na'amat, continues to grow. I want you to please, when the video clip is over, to remain with us. There will be some special treats. One of them, Jan Gervitz, our president, will address the group. And now for our video clip of Hatikva sung by children around the world.
It's been a very emotional day to be here. It's wonderful to celebrate. And I would like to thank our amazing event chair and vice chair, Judith Shamir and Selma Rothman. As today is all about the Benot Mitzvah and their incredible journey to reach this day, I would like to wish each a hearty mazel tov. Sheridan Abrajano, Helen Horowitz, Susan Isaacs, Debbie Cohen, Shari Kornblum, Jackie Swartz, Diane Tuma. And those who joined these women on our virtual Bima, I would like to extend a Yasher Koach to Esther Friedberg, Melanie Kutnick, Deanna Migdal, and Susan Miller. Over 40 years ago, I joined Na'amat and became a charter member of a new club. What was most meaningful to me then was the support that women, now my friends, would give to each other. Expand that concept a gazillion times, and you know the meaning of Na'amat as a worldwide movement of women. In Israel, it happens every day in our daycare centers, high schools, and on through higher education. Na'amat is there through the good times and assists women during their challenging times as they face domestic violence, legal issues, and medical challenges. And at today's mitzvot, I would like to thank the women who brought our students to this meaningful day, our volunteer teachers. To quote Rabbi Abraham Heschel, what we need more than anything else is not textbooks, but text people. It is the personality of the teacher, which is the text the pupils read, the text they will never forget. And so I thank our teachers, Sippy Barron, Judy Friedman, Donna Levin, Randy Sable, Linda Schoenberg, Gail Simpson. Toda Rabah, you are truly amazing. And to our Benot Mitzvah, Yahoo, you did it. I am impressed by your tenacity and willingness to challenge yourself. For some of you, it meant learning to read Hebrew. For others, it was learning how to read trope. And together you became our first Benot Mitzvah class. Mazel tov to you and your families. Yasher koach.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen, for your inspiring words. I start again. I am a little excited, as you can see. This moved me beyond my expectation. I knew it will be wonderful, but it just surpassed it. At some point, I had tears in my eyes. So, Jen, thank you for your kind words. And to you, our wonderful, wonderful Bnot Mitzvah, your accomplishments are amazing, but your personal stories are even more so. I am at a lack of words, as you can see. So, thank you everyone for joining us today to honor the achievements of our Chaverot and your loved ones. At this time, I would like to invite you to join us for another program that we offer that will take place on Sunday, January 23rd, as we will board our virtual ship on a fun and exciting Mediterranean cruise, visiting Alexandria, Egypt, Istanbul, and Saloniki, Greece, all places with a long and rich Jewish history. For more information about this upcoming program and to learn more about the wonderful, important work that Na'amat does in Israel, please visit our website, na'amat.org. Thank you for supporting Na'amat. Your contributions are greatly appreciated. At the conclusion of the next segment of our program, there will be an opportunity for you to wish Mazal Tov in person and to schmooze with each other. So please remain through the end of the next segment. Again, Mazal Tov, Yishar Koach, Happy Hanukkah, Chag Urim Sameach to all.
ימי החנוכה, חנוכת מקדשנו, בגיל ובשמחה ממלאים את ליבנו, לילה ויום צבעוננו יסור, צוף גניות נוכל גם לרוב. האירו, ההדליקו, נרות חנוכה רבים, על הניסים ועל הנפלאות אשר חוללו המכבים.
So, unmute yourself. And here is the time to express whatever is on your mind